Well, what are we going to do next to this truck? We are going to make a stack up on this thing. The old core support right here, somebody cobbled this thing together, got hooked on a trailer when he tried to unload it also, and it ended up just ripping the bottom of this and bending it all over. Somebody had cobbled this together for the radiator that was in it with the 455 Buick motor in it. So instead of using any of this, we're just going to make something from scratch and make it neater, cleaner, better. But here's what I'm talking about for a stack up. So we're going to start with our tranny cooler, our 4K tranny cooler. Very important with any given performance build is to have good cooling for your transmission. But we're going to do a lot more than that. So we're going to go transmission cooler, big behemoth intercooler, air to water or air to air intercooler, and this is pretty much a similar setup that I had on my Bel Air, and it drops it actually below ambient temperature with the boost and everything. With that big of a cooler, it'll work awesome for this application. But then we need our air conditioning condenser. So our air conditioning condenser is going to go in there next. And then our radiator. Used to be all old school people would be, oh, does it have a 4-core radiator in it? Is it a 2-core radiator? They don't do that so much anymore with these aluminum radiators. These have 2 cores in it, but the cores are really wide. So it's only a 2-core radiator, but it's just as thick and it's more efficient than an old school radiator. So, but look at what this stack up. This has got a short front end on it, and there's not a whole lot of room in this motor bay in here. And look at how this stack up now. We have, between the end of our fan, we have 12.5 inches of stack up right there. And we have to fit all of that up in here. So you come on around this way, and all of that has to fit right up in here. So we got our stack up of, if we went right here, our 12.5 inches, that would put us right here is where the end of the fans are going to be. And what we have for our motor, so our motor mount right here is 12 inches right here from the front of the motor to here. And we're going to be using every little 1/8 of an inch on this thing. So we got to try to get that tucked as far forward in there as we can. We're probably going to cut the whole top of the intercooler off as well and not have the tube coming straight out of the top here. Probably make a new piece for the whole top of the intercooler, raise that up, and then we'll jet it out over the top of the radiator into our intake manifold. So that's the kind of stack up that I'm talking about that eats up a lot of real estate. Worst case scenario, we could get rid of that air-to-air intercooler that's 3.5 inches thick, 4 inches thick. What is that? It's 3.5 inches thick. We could get rid of that, and we could go to an air-to-water intercooler, and that would take a core that's only 3/4 of an inch thick like this. So worst come to worst, if we can't make everything fit, we can go to an air-to-water intercooler. And that does really well also, but now you need a tank and a pump and everything as well. So you got to have a reservoir tank, you have to have a pump for that, and it just adds more complexity to it rather than an air-to-air. And this is not going to be a huge horsepower build, and we're going to be right around 600-700 horsepower. That air-to-air is going to be plenty more than enough for this setup on it. But that's the kind of stack up that I'm talking about. We'll build a whole new core support completely from scratch. And I got some other ideas how we're going to do the air intake for the turbos. Remember, we're going to have turbo on each side here too. And there's going to be a lot more piping, a lot more plumbing. Turbo systems get really complicated and really bag of snakes with all the tubing, and to make it neat, clean, that's my specialty. I love a neat, clean installation with turbos, and the least amount of piping and the least amount of couplings is what I'm into. So we're going to show you how to make a really clean, neat twin turbo setup for this thing as well. But this is going to go in to the front end. We have to make all the rest of our mounts for that. We have to make a new core support completely for that. It's just going to be easier than cobbling that other one together and utilizing any of that. So we'll just scrap that idea altogether. We're going to get into just making a whole new one here. So we're going to take you through a lot more of that. We got also the 4-link that we're going to put on here also for the rear suspension. We'll show you how to set that all up, and there's a lot of tips and tricks coming up on this 4-link that we're going to do for this thing as well. And then we also have coming up building the rear differential. So we're going to build a custom Ford 9-inch for this thing as well. So don't forget to stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments below. What do you want to see? What do you want? What do you want more of? We're going to try to really hit this YouTube hard. Our new videos are going to be launching every Wednesday from now on. Every Wednesday a new video is going to drop. So stay tuned for more. We're going to hit this harder than we ever have before and try to get this channel going. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining us for the ride. And keep those wheels of creativity turning. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. Hit the like at the least, though. Please, it really helps out with our algorithm to get this channel going. See you on the next one, guys. Don't forget to like this video. Click like, throw me a comment, let me know what you think. Ring the bell for those notifications when we get a new video. We got lots more coming up, guys. A lot of cool stuff coming up. I hope you guys are enjoying the ride.